Let's get this party started. Let's let Meerkat get on.
You acknowledge your fears, you embrace those fears, and then you move on. You act on whatever it is that you fear. Because once you embrace it, see, what you resist will persist. What you resist will persist. So one of the most important things is to begin to embrace your fear. The fear of bodily harm, that's legitimate. When I was a disc jockey in Columbus, Ohio, you know, I was young, about 22, 23, thought I was tough, and I was on the air, and Al Green, who was a great performer at that time, and still is now singing gospel music, had a record. His first hit record was Back Up Train. So a guy came in the town and was impersonating Al Green. I happened to know Al Green because I'd already booked him. And so when I found out this guy was impersonating Al Green, I came on the air and did an editorial about it. And I exposed him. He was a rather big fellow, and so he had the word out that when I see this guy Les Brown, the disc jockey, I'm going to knock him in the mouth for having a big mouth. So I was driving down Main Street in Columbus, Ohio, had my son in a car, and I always have this little saying, hey, if anybody...
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, welcome, Sister Pam. Welcome. Welcome. Let's go ahead and turn this party around. Okay, and let me get you elevated up here so you can see me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, welcome. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, and trainer. This is day 5, ladies and gentlemen, day 5 of our free boot camp training on how to become a successful wholesale real estate entrepreneur. All right, this is part of the pre-launch, ladies and gentlemen, part of my pre-launch to my real estate training system that we're going to release. Let me get Meerkat together. We're releasing here in the next couple of weeks, right before Thanksgiving. All right, right before Thanksgiving. Part of the early release. I'm sorry. Part of the pre-launch is this training series, so you can get an idea of what you're going to get when you become a student of my training system. All right, here's what it looks like. If this is your first time, this is it. It's going to be downloadable. It's not physical. Let me say it again, not physical, downloadable. The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate Volume 1 and 2. All right, you're going to learn all the secrets that I've learned over the last God knows how many years. Is in this program, A to Z, everything you need. All right, everything you need. How to make $5,000 a month, right? With no job, no credit, no risk, no money, no bank loan, no mortgages, right? You can be a felon and have a felony, criminal record, high school dropout. It doesn't matter. All right. Wa alaikum salam. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. With this program, you can make as much money as you want to make, all right? It's boot camp style, no holds barred, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all right? And that's the reason why I'm giving you this training program so you can have a peek, a glimpse of what you're going to get in detail in my training program, all right? Now, here's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what you want to do. You want to go to my website, which is thesecretstowholesaling.com. I know this is in reverse. All right, thesecretstowholesaling.com. Thank you, Sister Denise. That's right. Go ahead and hit the Paradude and share. Hit the Paradude and share right now. All right. Hey, Pink Locket. Go ahead and hit the Paradude and share right now, ladies and gentlemen, so your friends can join. All right. Would you want your friends to share this broadcast with you if they knew about it and you didn't? All right. So go ahead and share it right now. Give some hearts. And if you're watching the replay, ladies and gentlemen, you can hit the screen for hearts, and you can share by swiping from the left to the right, or from the bottom. All right. So go to this website, get on the VIP notification list. You're going to find out more about the exact day and time we're going to release this training system. I'm going to do it live on the air, and it's going to have some bonuses. All right, over $2,000, $2,500 worth of free bonuses that you're going to get only if you show up at the live event, the live launch. All right. And how do you find out about it? You go here and get on the VIP list. Okay. All right. If you want to reach me, ladies and gentlemen, here is my contact information. All right. Periscope and Twitter is at DarrellMuhammad. Facebook is DarrellMuhammad Fan. DarrellMuhammad Fan. Now here's my telephone number. Feel free to call me. If you have a question, leave your question and your telephone number and your level of experience. All right. I'm going to help as many people as I can for free prior to the release of my training system. Then that time will have to go to my paid students. All right. So here's what you do. You leave me a message with your information if you have any questions. Now, what I am doing for a lot of you go-getters, a lot of you serious people that want to get an early release copy, right? You can get a copy of this right now. You can get a copy of this right now. Here's the benefit. One, you get it at a discount price. You save over $200 if you get it now. Number two is those $2,500 bonuses that you only get if you show up to the live event. You don't have to worry about that. You'll get those automatically as an incentive for you getting the early release of the secrets to how long will it take to make. All right, we'll cover that. It said 30 days. It's up to you, Sister Pam. It's up to you. It depends on how long it takes you to learn the system and implement it and go through all the steps, okay? All right? It always depends on you. No matter what someone tells you, know that it depends on you. All right? That's the boot camp style training that you're going to get from me. No holds barred, ladies and gentlemen. No games are being played, all right? You make the difference, all right? So if you want to get an early release, early copy, if you want to get a copy of the program, right, then text this number, 713-817-5952. Text this number and say, I want it. Send me the link. Send me the link, okay? All right, so one more announcement before we get started, ladies and gentlemen. I got some good news and I have some bad news. Which one would you want first? The good news or the bad news? All right, well, let me give them to you both. All right, the good news is that some of you all are taking advantage of the early release offer. Right? That's good, because those are the type of students I'm looking to personally work with into the future. Right? Into the future. So, you're taking advantage of it, but that's the good news. The bad news is I think I'm going to have to cut it off early. All right? I think I'm going to have to cut it off early. Why? Because, like I said, I don't want to sell so many of these in the pre-release, and then when I sell it on the launch, and they're paying more, right, than you guys are, and I don't have time to work with them. That would be unfair, all right? So once again, if you're thinking about it, go ahead and text me so I can give you the link so you can get it now. Because I believe it looks like I'm going to cut it off. I probably can only take about 2 to 3 more pre-release orders. I think I can only take about 3 more pre-release orders, and then I'll have to cut it off, all right? And you won't be able to get it at the discounted price. You'll have to get it on the live event. So part of entrepreneurship, ladies and gentlemen, part of real estate entrepreneurship is making it happen, all right? At the discounted price, all right? At the discounted price, if you can't make it happen at that level, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to make it at any other higher level. All right? So let's get into training because we got a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen, to cover. We're getting into it's getting more and more exciting. All right? Is anybody actually, use any of this stuff? This is for you to use. I'm giving you stuff that you can use to kick the tires, to test drive the car. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear, ladies and gentlemen, I can do this. See, you have to believe you can do it. I can't believe you can do it. You got to believe you can do it. If you believe you can do it, but I believe you can't do it, you still can do it. But if I believe you can do it, but you believe you can't do it, guess what? You can't do it. No matter how much I believe you can do it. Right? So here's what we want to tell you today. Today is number 5, module number 5, day number 5. And this is the good part. Now, okay? Now it's really time to get down, get dirty, get loose, right? Why? Because module 5, day 5, I'm going to show you, teach you I'm going to teach you about contacting the owner. Up to this point, it's easy, you know. You're not talking to anybody. You're kind of, you know, you're just getting things together you're getting ready to get ready, right? But now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, where the money is made. The money is always made in contacting the people, contacting the owner. This is where a lot of my students get scared. They get scared, right? Oh, they strong and they know it and they good, have 1,000 questions. But when it's time to pick up that phone, I mean, call reluctance, they call it, right? My sales training go back 30 years. It's called call reluctance. And how do you get over it? You get over it by not thinking about it, by doing it. All right? So we're going to talk about today contacting the owner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you got to look at it like this. It's a mindset. So you got to get your mind right. If you got to go listen to Les Brown, if you got to go listen to your gospel music, whatever you have to do to get in the mindset of determination, then go ahead and do that. You see athletes, they're in the locker room with their headsets on, right? Jamming to some music, right? Getting their head right before they get in the game, right? Before they get on the court, before they get on the field. Well, you're no different. You have to perform at higher than normal levels as an entrepreneur. A normal level is going to a job, doing the same thing over and over again, right? Entrepreneurship is a higher level than that. It's above that, right? So here's the thing that you have to understand before you contact the owners, right? You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that it's fun. Have fun, right? Let the pressure off. Don't put so much pressure on you, okay? Just have fun. You're dealing with people, and people are interested. People are funny. They crazy. They gonna say some whack stuff. Just go in and say, I'm going to have fun. And just be loose. You know? Just be loose. Loosen up a little bit. Do some exercises. Get the blood flowing. Get the adrenaline going. And say, you know what? I'm going to have fun. If I stumble on my words, so what? Bust out, start laughing. You know? Say a little joke. Say something crazy. Just have fun, ladies and gentlemen. You have to let your personality come out. See? That's the whole part of it. You got to be a human. Don't try. Here's a key. This is one of the biggest keys I can give you when it comes to contacting the owner. Thank you, Sister Pam, for your comment. You know, this is what you have to understand. Here's what you have to understand. Don't try to understand why people do what people do. As Jim Rohn says, don't sign up for that class, right? Don't sign up for that. Don't sign up for the class why people do what they do. Just accept whatever they do. Don't try to make sense out of it, ladies and gentlemen. If you try to make sense out of it, you're gonna burn up brain cells. You're gonna burn, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. You can't make sense out of stuff that don't make sense. All right, that's the funny part about it. That is the funny part about it. You know, you can't try to understand why a person has a house that's not doing anything for them, not making them any money, is sitting there and it's just deteriorating, right? Due to inactivity, no life in it, right? And you call them, and before you can finish your introduction, I'm not interested. Where you get my telephone number from? Who is this? If I wanted to sell it, I would have sold it already. It just doesn't make sense. So rule number 1 in contacting the owner, rule number 1 is have fun. Rule number 2, don't try to understand. Don't try to understand why they do what they do or don't do what they do. It's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand the psychology of the owner. It's a reason why that house is vacant. It's a reason why that house is not fixed up. It's a reason why that house is deteriorating. It's a reason why that house has neglect. And it says more about the owner than it does about you. Right? So don't take ownership of it. Don't do that. You know? Don't do that. I've had people who would actually, I remember very vividly in Clear Lake, there's a couple The gentleman had to move on short notice, move because of his job on short notice. He didn't want to deal with no realtor, none of that kind of stuff. This man literally gave me his house. That's another strategy. That's advanced stuff. Subject to, he gave me his house. No money down. He gave me his house. Why? Because of what you're going to learn in the course that I'm going to just share with you briefly about rapport building. Okay? He gave me his house. You'll say, that doesn't make sense. Don't try to understand why people do what they do. Accept it. I've had situations where a house was falling down, literally falling down, and the people say, yes, I'm interested in selling it, but they're not motivated, right? They're not motivated. Or they had something, the house was falling down, they said, no, I don't want to sell it. It's a head scratcher. It doesn't make sense. So don't try to understand it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you need to understand. These are the nuggets. These are the tools you need to know when contacting the owner. All right? Understand, too, keep always in mind, you're on a treasure hunt. You're on a treasure hunt. You're on a treasure hunt, ladies and gentlemen. We're treasure hunting. We're digging for gold, right? You almost have to be like a private investigator, right? You almost have to be like a detective. You almost have to be like Perry Mason, for those of us that have been around a few days. You have to almost be like Columbo, right? For those who have been around longer days, right? You have to be a private detective. What does that mean? That means you have to take a lead, which is information, right? And build on it. You have to take whatever information you can get about the owner, right? We talked about in that previous training yesterday. Finding the owner, see? So you have to take whatever information. Now you're on a call. So you're taking whatever information that they give you on the call and you're building on that. You're building on that. All right? I go into detail, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have time to go into now. Just trust me. I go into detail in the course on how to build on it, how to chain, how to connect and chain questions together from one source of information. Right? You get a source of information, you ask a question. Then you ask a question on top of that. Then you ask a question on top of that. You chain it. You're being a detective, right? You're building on one lead like a root. You get a lead and you ask questions and you ask questions and get down to the root. Right? That's how you can identify the motivation of the seller and you can activate their motivation. Because they were all right? Out of sight, out of mind. So they don't see the house, they're not living in it, so it's out of sight, out of mind. But you call and you follow how I teach you, right? And you're going to activate their motivation, all right? Now, here's the thing we have to do in contacting the owner. We have to understand, I'm showing you how to get paid in 30 days. Get paid in 30 days, ladies and gentlemen. Get paid in 30 days, right? So the quickest way, the fastest way to contact the owner is by phone. Telefonio. On the telephone, on the sales phone, phone the owner, phone them, get them on the phone, right? Get them on the phone. Overcome your fear, get on the phone, right? I call that, if you remember, I call that push marketing versus pull marketing, right? Push marketing is a whole lot faster than pull marketing. Push marketing is you're calling and you're pushing yourself. You're pushing your intent. You're pushing your message on them. You're not waiting for them. You're not pulling them, right? You're not pulling them. You're not advertising and waiting for them to call, right? You're not doing mail pieces which cost money and cost time, waiting for them to call. No, you're pushing your efforts. You're pushing your intent to buy that house on them. You're pushing them. You're motivating them. You're activating them. That's what you're doing. So the fastest way, ladies and gentlemen, is the telephone. Get on the telephone. All right? Get on the telephone. That's what you have to do. It's the fastest way. And here's the reason why you want to get on the telephone and you want to use push marketing. Why? Is because other investors don't exist. Other investors doing pull marketing. Very few investors, wholesale entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them, Very few of them do push marketing. They rather sit back and wait for their phone to ring. Hey, Muhammad, 95. They want to sit back. Don't sit back, ladies and gentlemen. Can't make any money sitting back. If you do, it's slow money. Right? It's slow money. So the beautiful thing about the approach that I'm teaching you is that other investors don't exist. Okay? You take the owner from being cold, we call it in sales, a cold lead, to a hot lead. Right? Cold lead to why? Because you're activating them. They wasn't thinking about it about selling the house until you called. You follow my information. Right? You follow my information, the training, and you activate them. Because if they were already activated, they would have put forth the effort to get that property sold. Now, here's some things you need to understand about contacting the owner. Your telephone is a tool. All right? Thank you for restreaming, Living Sheik. You're always there. Appreciate you. All right? Your telephone is a tool. Telephone is a tool, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tool. It's a money-making tool. It's your freedom tool. It's your freedom phone. And whenever you have, here's a nugget right here. Whenever you have call reluctance, right? Look at your phone and talk to yourself, but talk to the phone and say, this is my freedom phone. This is my freedom phone. This is my financial freedom phone. People have there's been more money made on the telephone than anything else. So telephone is a tool. It's your freedom phone, right? Now here's the question you got to ask. What is the purpose of the call? What is the purpose of the call? All right? There's three things. One, to connect with the owner, contact the owner. Number two, to gather information. And number three, set the appointment. All right? Now, how do you do that, Darrell? You do that by building rapport. Rapport building is a science that deals with the psychology of human beings. Okay? Building rapport means that you're going to find something in common, something to connect on. And I can't get into this, ladies and gentlemen. We're running out of time. I'm going to hit these points and move on because I'm only on page 2 of 3. So we're running out of time. You just have to get the course. You know, for those that understand, who you know can see the value, then they've seen enough. They've seen enough. Okay, they've seen enough. All right. So building rapport is a science. It's something that you have to learn how to do, and I cover that in my course very quickly. Science, ways to build rapport. All right, ways to build. There's several ways that I've learned through my sales career of building rapport. All right, you have to listen very well. You have to listen very well. In my training program, I'll teach you a strategy called the exit ramp. Right, the exit ramp strategy. All right, you're going to learn what that is as far as building rapport during the conversation. Here's another thing you need to know is what do I say when I make the call? Right, that's powerful. Right, what do I say, Darrell? Right? Of course, I cover that in the course, but here's what you need to say. You need to say who you are, introduce yourself. I mean, that's what we've been taught growing up as children, right? The polite thing to do when you enter the room, when you meet somebody, is introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. And then make your attention, right? Let them know what you're calling about. You don't want to waste their time. Hey, how you doing? My name is DarrellMuhammad, calling you from Houston, Texas. I'm a real estate investor. And I was calling you in reference to a property that it says that you own here in Houston. Right? That you own here in Houston. Do you have a few minutes? I give you the dialogue what to say. Right? I give you the dialogue what to say. All right? Now here's there's three things that you don't want to talk about, that you don't want to say when you're talking to owners. All right? I can't go into here now because it's worthy of explaining. And I don't have time to explain it right now. All right, but there's three things that you should never do on the call. If you do, it's guaranteed to kill your deal. It's guaranteed to kill your deal. Three things never to talk about on the phone or anytime with the owner. All right, we're going to cover here on the training program. I'm going to cover how do you get the owner to tell you everything. How do you get the owner to tell you everything about the property and their situation? You do that, ladies and gentlemen, with the questionnaire. On module number 13, we're going to cover here in training, module number 13, you have the questionnaire. The questionnaire, systematic approach to getting the owners to tell you everything you need to know, right? With questions, right? Very pertinent, pointed questions, right? You do it by having to build rapport. You do it by putting them first. Not you making money first, putting them first, right? You have to learn. I teach you the concept of when you're talking to them, when you're asking the question, right? I tell you, it's more important that you understand the concept of the question. Why the question is being asked. Why is it important? Why in that order? That's more important than you scripting the questions, meaning just reading them. You don't want to sound robotic. You want to make it conversational. If there's certain words that I use that you say, I don't use that word, that's more words they use in the South, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. That's too professional. I like to use looser words. Then they change those words. Don't change the whole question. Change those words, all right? I'm giving you keys on how you can get the owner to tell you literally everything you need to know. I talk about in here about the KIT system. KIT system. All right? The KIT system. What happened, Darrell, if you ask all that question and they're not interested? The KIT system. Right? I even cover on this module number 5, when calling real estate agents. What do you say to them? It starts, ladies and gentlemen, with you understand. And I just touch it briefly on module 5 because I have a whole bonus module. The whole module's on dealing with real estate agents. But I touch on it here just to kind of wet your whistle and kind of get you to understand that it's a mindset. You have to have the mindset, a certain mindset. Then you have to understand the psychology of the homeowner. Now we're talking about the psychology of the real estate agent. How to work with the real estate agent. You have to understand their psychology. You have to understand the agent and what their objective is. All right? I cover that on a Periscope, but I go into detail in the training program. You don't have a lot of time to waste, ladies and gentlemen. 30 days to make $5,000, you don't have a lot of time. I kind of went over it briefly yesterday. Quickly, I'll do another Periscope. Matter of fact, I'll save that for, let me make a note. I'll save that for our weekend webinar, private webinar. It'll be this Saturday at 6 o'clock, I think it is. All right. So we're going to talk about the 30-day, how about this challenge? All right. The 30-day process. Okay, so we'll talk about that Saturday, so make sure you're here Saturday. I'm going to show you how within 30 days from start to finish you can have a deal, right? You can have some cash in your pocket. Not a deal in the pipeline, but you could have closed and have cash in the bank. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's how you contact the owner. All right, that's contacting the owner of the property. That is what you do in a nutshell. That is what you do in a crash course, 20-minute crash course. That's what you do in contacting the owner. All right, I want to tell you again, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of our 13-day boot camp, right? That is part of our pre-launch to our real estate course. All right, here's how you can reach me at DarrellMuhammad, Periscope, and Twitter. All right, and DarrellMuhammad Fan, F-A-N, on Facebook. Go there to the Facebook page. You like it, and also you hit it to where you can follow or get notifications or whatever it is, because this is where a lot of the action is going to take place during where there's only place going to take. Thank you very much for the screenshot. During the live event, I'm going to allow you to post your questions here, and I'm going to answer them live on the live event. So you want to go to DarrellMuhammad Fan at Facebook. Make sure you like it and make sure you follow it. All right. Here's my telephone number, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a Google number. If you have a question, leave your one question. Good students always follow instructions. 1 questions, name, telephone number, and your level of experience. Now, Sister Pam wants to get it, and who else wants to get the early release? Remember, the good news is people have been taking advantage of it. The bad news is I can only probably sell 3 more pre-release because too many people starting to take advantage of it. And I'm not going to have time for my students that are going to pay full price, and that's not right. Okay? So in order to get a downloadable copy, ladies and gentlemen, it's not physical. You're not getting anything in the mail. This is for display purposes only. It's downloadable. 13 hours, boot camp style. No holds bar. Everything from A to Z. How to make $5,000 in 30 days. Text this number. Send me the link. Text this number. Send me the link. It's at a special reduced price. Pre-release price. So you're going to save a couple of $100 getting it now than later. And then if you get it now, you're going to automatically get all the bonuses. Over $2,500 worth of bonuses. I'm going to break it down on the live event. But you automatically get that for being an action taker. Right? The universe rewards those who take action differently than from those who don't. All right? That's a philosophy. All right? So here's what you also need to do is go to the website. All right? And get on the VIP list. That's where I'm going to keep you up to date on what's going on with the release of my training system. All right? Things are going to change. Things always change, right? So look for change. Don't look for things to remain the same. Look for change. Always look for change. In the change is the opportunity. Always look for change. So go here to thesecretstoWholesaling.com. Get on the list so you can be made aware of any changes and any free stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I found some free stuff I'm going to send you. All right? But you're only going to get it if you're on the list. I found a mini training boot camp that I did from my course. 7 hours, 7 audios. I'm going to give that to you. Don't know when or how, but I'm going to give it to you. Right? I'm going to give it to you. I might do it here on live stream. I'm most likely going to give it to everybody that's on the list. But I got some free stuff I'm going to give you. And I want to tell you now, because I'm still setting that up. But it's coming your way, and you'll get it before the free boot camp is over. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, trainer. Excited for you that you're getting the goods you need to make a difference in your life. Only if you believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. If others have done it in worse situations than yours, know that you can do it. Know that you have all that you need already in you. The only missing piece is this. It's not me. It's the information. So don't get caught up in the bonuses and the mentorship and all that stuff. It's the information you need and the belief in yourself that that's all you need to get it done. And I'm telling you from experience, and I'll tell you my story next time. All right? So this has been day 5, module 5, right? Contacting the owner from the up-and-coming release of my training system, The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate Volume 1 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the time. We're getting better with keeping this within 30 minutes. I want to thank you for being here. And remember, on the replay, go back and watch the replay several times to do 2 things. 1, take notes, swipe and share, and give hearts. You can do that during the replay. Go ahead and do that, and that'll be your price for admission. All right? Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. And as always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. Until tomorrow, same time, take care. God